Welcome back to Music Teacher Reacts, where you will find the loudest spacebar in the business, people who tend to challenge that notion, and of course my reactions, reviews, and opinions about all things music. I was absolutely blown away by the response to my Ghost Love score first listening and reaction. And rest assured, I looked through all of the comments and there were some really interesting comments. Number one, I was really excited to find out that there was a scientific name for what I felt at the end of that song, using, of course, the singer's name. And of course, this is a G-rated program, so I'm not going to too much entertain the puns involved. But I did find some really interesting comments as I was scrolling through. Thank you, Answer T, for noting this. Also, there was a brutally honest comment here, which made me feel good about the fact that I am conquering my life's dream on setting a Guinness World Record for something. And then I read this comment, and it's quite interesting because you know you've truly been floored when I actually read that word as floor play and then realized that it was some kind of unfortunate autocorrect fail when I looked at the replies to that comment. And finally, I've never seen Lucifer Morningstar before, so I'll leave that up to you lot to determine. Many of you did ask me to do the Poet and the Pendulum, and it's happening live at Wembley. I did check out which clip to do, and I've chosen the one with the lyrics underneath as well. Sorry if that's the wrong one. Before I hit that spacebar, if you do like to see more reactions to Nightwish and your favorite artists, please give this video a like and subscribe to keep up to date. Hitting spacebar now. Oh, does this have different movements? I love how this is setting up a story. I know it's building at this point. That's why I've stopped it now. I'm so glad I did the lyric one. Otherwise, I wouldn't really be able to understand what was going on there. The beautiful melody at such a high pitch with those really long sustained notes made it very hard to understand what she was singing, but with the lyrics, amazing. I love that swell of dynamics, the louds and softs of the orchestra. That's staging. This is amazing. Wow. This is obviously the second chapter / movement. I'm going to take it back, by the way, so that I can get that build. I'm stopping for 2 reasons. Number one, to really share my thoughts as I go along, because I hate talking over the recording, but I will sometimes, because I know how people hate it when you stop. There are people I know who come to this to just watch the video clip again. I get it, because it's so good. And number 2, copyright. I mean, I'm still going to get a copyright content ID on this, but I do need to make it known that I'm not just sitting here watching the clip. Love that grunge on the word Christ. Wow. Is that a signature Nightwish move? Because I saw Talia do that in another song. The lyrics here are really... I know this is quite obviously telling a story. There's that kind of religious allusion behind it. But I know it's not preachy religious, it's storytelling religious. And I'm not even halfway through. And this feels like it's just flown through because it's so gripping. That imagery. What is... Aha. Interesting. What a gorgeous melody in that. Wow. That was nothing short of beautiful. Her voice is just so pure. It's, there are some vocalists who have a very wide range and can sing at a high register, but their voice is really piercing. This is different. This is just, you're placing a note and it's beautifully resonating rather than protruding. Absolutely gorgeous.
I'm afraid, so afraid, being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns, long enough to find yourself screaming every night, long enough to see your friends.
This is deep.
For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes and counting. I just wish the tide would catch me first and give me a death I always longed for.
I know that 3 minutes and counting is significant. I read it in the comments. That pendulum, that imagery. I love that build. I love it. I know this is this instrumental kind of part or introduction to this next section, but what I really love about it is that subtlety of building, and there's that rhythm, which is a very fast rhythm in the drums, in the bass drum. Obviously in the keyboard, it's very hard to hear, but you can absolutely see him playing and the guitar and the bass. But what I really love is that is the drums in this part, because it's moving through that rhythm in the bass drum, but it could just keep going in the same way in that bass drum. But what you've got here is, to emphasize that build, you've got that snare drum now on each beat. And I know the vocals are about to start because it's building, and it's building further. I'm going to take it back as well so you can hear what I'm talking about. That contrast, that very, very slight, and from a compositional perspective, that very, very slight contrast which is being created just in the drums to raise your adrenaline and to have you anticipate about what's coming up next. I'm taking it back 10 seconds so you can hear that difference and listen out for the drums. And the cymbal. Oh, I love his voice. Amazing. Love it when the main theme comes back. It's gorgeous. She's so versatile, vocally.
Year of our Lord 2005. To a music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text.
Was that 3 minutes ago from that lyric? I'm going to go back and check later. I'm just looking at that video of the waves and the blue, the sea of blue, which it is. And again, imagining being in that audience. I couldn't pause it in the middle of that note and then take it back. I assume the basis is doubling, and the reason why I'm stopping here is because, again, this composition is absolutely magnificent, and I really like looking at the intricacies in what makes this interesting from a compositional perspective. Yes, her voice is incredible, and that beautiful melody that she's just sung through once, she's singing through again now with that added doubling at the octave with the male vocalist. And it's the same melody, but it just adds that little bit of contrast which keeps you listening. And yes, we'd still be listening because it's Floor and it's Nightwish. But this is what makes that amazing to listen to, with everything else added.
Thank you.
That was epic. The sheer magnitude of that composition, the different sections, the way that it moved through this story, I loved it. Every second of it, and it didn't feel like however long that was, 13, 14 minutes, I don't know. But it was just gripping me the whole time. I think I've said everything that I have to say. And of course, as I said before, please leave a comment down below. Join the conversation. I look through all of them. I may not respond to all of them, but I do, and I do see them all. And I really thank you for all of your support with this. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe just to keep up to date what's going on in my channel, because I will keep releasing reactions and music related content. Thank you very much. Until next time.